In Azure Active Directory, we can have three kinds of user accounts. One is an identity that is created directly on the Azure portal. In the previous lessons, in the lab activities, we created a user account called as Alex at rainingcloud.de, right? So such accounts are cloud native user accounts, and they are also called as cloud identities. They are native to the cloud. They were not synchronized from your on-premise to Azure Active Directory. Well, such accounts will then be called as directory sync identities. So any account that is created natively in Azure is called as cloud identity, but accounts that are synchronized from on-prem to Azure Active Directory are called as directory sync identities. Okay, so there is a third account as well. There are situations where you work with externals or contractors or third-party companies, and you would like to grant permissions to them so that they can manage your virtual machines, let's say, or your databases in Azure. In that case, you will invite them as guests to your directory. The external accounts can continue to use their email addresses to access our resources. So we do not have to create their accounts in Azure AD or on our premise. We can invite their account as guests to our Azure AD so that they can continue to use their identities to access our resources. To summarize, we got three kinds of user accounts. The account that is created directly in Azure is called as cloud identity. The account that gets synchronized from on-premise to Azure Active Directory is called as directory sync identities, whereas external accounts or third parties or anybody who's not part of our infrastructure, when they are invited, they are called as guests. When you're doing the labs, try inviting your Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo account and see how that works, how you can grant permissions to external accounts and they can have the same level of access and permissions that usually internal Azure accounts and synced accounts have.